Good morning. This is Sergeant Waycaster here with your weekly safety tip. This morning I'd like to focus on a couple of areas. The first one is for our walkers at dismissal and arrival. I'd like to encourage you, if you're walking to and from school, to find a group or a friend to walk with and try to avoid walking alone for safety purposes. The second area that I'd like to touch on is we've had a problem with students bringing a large amount of cash to school. There's really no reason to bring a large amount of cash like that, and in the past we have had some thefts, unfortunately. So excuse me, I'd encourage you to refrain from having a large amount of cash on your person when you're at school. The last area I want to touch on is making sure that after school, if you're going somewhere other than home, you make sure you let your parents or guardians know where you're going to be at. We've had experiences where we had parents not know where their child was, and once they leave the school, we don't have that information. So for your safety, if you're going somewhere with a friend or you have an activity after school, just make sure you let your parent or guardians know where you're going to be at. And again, if you have any safety concerns or tips or just want to discuss school safety with me, just please do not hesitate to approach me in the hallway during class change or come to my office and ask to speak with me. Thank you for your time, and go Jackets.
Good morning, teachers and students. These are just a couple of reminders from the admin staff here at CHS. Students should not be allowed to go to the media center to get coffee and then stay and hang out for an extended period of time without purpose. Students traveling to the media center should have their library pass in hand, get your coffee, get your book, and then return to class. Students should not be sent out of the rooms in groups for any reason other than possibly video production or yearbook. And anytime students are sent out, they should have a pass. Please see me if you need a hall pass for your classroom. We should not have 3 students coming together into the office to pick up one item. Students should not be hanging out or eating in classrooms during their scheduled lunch period. Students should be in the cafeteria and or the courtyard during their lunch. This is a safety and supervision issue. If you have a sub-teachers, please leave very specific instructions that students are not to leave the room and to always utilize a pass if it is necessary to leave the room.
And our Jacket Pride shout out for today is Mr. Jerry Lee. Jerry was reported by Coach Gresham. Coach Gresham said that Jerry comes in early nearly every day to advisement, helps take down all the student chairs in our room. He's always very friendly. Great job, Jerry.
Thank you, Dr. Holly and Ms. Lewis, and congrats, Jerry. And good morning, y'all. Today is Monday, January 30th, and it's a gold day. I'm Nick.
And I'm Caroline.
And we're your hosts of WCHS Morning Announcements. The Creative Writing Club is holding an art contest to find a unique yellow jacket design that will serve as the cover art for the first issue of the school literary magazine, The Book Jacket. All forms of art are accepted, but the image subject should be a creative take on our school mascot. The winning artist will be featured in an exclusive interview in the magazine itself. If you're interested, submit your work via email to misslittle@littless@cchsjackets.org. Contest is open to middle and high school students. The deadline is for submissions is February 3rd. The Creative Writing Club is also accepting submissions for any poetry, short fiction, dramatic writing, nonfiction, or visual art that would like to be published inside the spring's printing deadline is March 3rd.
And there will be a retro rave on Saturday, March 11th. The cost for a ticket is $5 for underclassmen and $1 for seniors. Non-CHS students attending the rave will need to be accompanied by a CHS student.
Yep, make sure you mark your calendars. And the Media Center is having a PBIS raffle each week for free coffee. Last week's winners are Peyton Phillips, Aaron Holden, Sophia Aldridge, and Danica Brown. Congrats. Go to the Media Center to pick up your tokens, and make sure you enter this week's raffle for a chance to win.
Yes, do that. And now for the CHS weather. It's a high of 60, a low of 48, and a 15% chance of rain. And we're going to send it to Jonah for sports.
All right, sports. The wrestling team competed at Social Circle High School yesterday and the Jackets finished 8th overall and had 4 placers. Isaac Green in 1st, Tyson Glass in 4th, Kelly Wells also in 4th, and Chris Ellis in 5th. Good job, guys. Next up, Region Traditional at Cass High School. Also, Coach Green wanted to give a huge shout out to any student who showed up. Tomorrow, the boys and girls basketball team face Cass at home at 6 o'clock and 7:30. Come out and support your fellow Jackets, and we're going to send it back to them for Today in History.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Jonah.
Today in history, Gandhi, the political and spiritual leader of the Indian independence movement, is assassinated in New Delhi by Hindu extremists on January 30th, 1948.
Wow. Sad today in history, but birthdays. Happy birthday to Aaliyah Broyles and Frank Noriega.
Happy
And-
birthday.
Happy
and
birthday. And before we leave, we are going to do the Pledge of Allegiance since we missed it. So,
Yeah.
yep. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
and
And have a marvelous Monday, and as always, go Jackets.